Hello everyone and welcome to the May update for the layout. Progress has picked up a little bit more than what it has been in the previous months. It's been mainly detailing and various things like that, so I'll take you through that now. So starting over in the industrial area, you can straight away see that rather than the black roads that we had before, I've actually laid, well I say I've repainted the road in like a lighter grey. Basically I just brought a pot of black paint and I had some white paint left over and I just kept mixing it till it went to a colour that I was happy with. And I've actually got it all road marked. I've put the paths in and stuff like that. I still need to do a little bit here with this bridge and add a little fence along here, but at the moment I'm kind of happy with how it is. Still need some signage on the industrial units, and I still need to add road markings to this area over the back here, but apart from that the main road is actually done, and we've got some lorries and some vehicles on there, which is good. So this area is near completion pretty much. Over in the TMD area, not a lot has changed in here because the scene is almost pretty much complete, but what I have been doing is I've been adding some detail into the engine shed. I basically took one of the containers off of my intermodal wagons and I bought a TMD detailing pack from Bachmann. I think it was about £7 or £8, but it comes with like little pallets with things on it, and you know, various other bits like stop signs and cones and stuff. So I've just been scattering them around, and I also bought some lifting jacks, and I had an old Hornby Class 08 shunter, and I decided rather than have it so that the engines can actually sit in there, I think I'm actually just going to leave it like that and leave this area, this road here, for trains to run in and out. But that can just be going under some work, under the inspection pit. The same again over in this area here. Haven't really done a lot here because again there's not really a lot to do. I still haven't laid the fence. There's actually a cable tie in there at the moment, which probably shouldn't be there, but again the skips are there. I've added some concrete bollards across the front, but it's just being used as like a storage for little accessories that I've got. And again I've added some pallets. I've decided to put some more greenery along the edge of the track just to kind of split it up from the tarmac. I think it looks okay. I'm fairly happy with it. You know, I can always just add to it or change it or whatever, depending on how I feel, but I think it looks pretty good for now. It's kind of the look I'm going for. On the back scene, I finally painted the industrial unit that I made ages ago. I've added some air conditioning fans, and I've actually just placed these telegraph poles just to see what they look like along the back here. I'm still undecided what I'm going to do here. I'm obviously going to have some industrial units similar to these ones, the ones that I've built, but whether or not, you know, it's just coming up with like designs and stuff and then trying to like merge it into the road scene over there, but we'll see how we go. Over in the Junction area, as you can see, this is where the main changes have been done. The road has again been repainted in a different colour. I still need to finish off the path on this bit here and add a bit more wall in there. But I've painted the road and I've added road markings, I've added drainage and speed ramps and stuff. You know, just to give it a little bit of realism. All the cars are on there. I've managed to obtain a road sweeper. Now, Stobart isn't necessarily my area, in kind of the southeast. We do get Eddie Stobart down here, but Stobart ports probably aren't our sort of area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip the decals off of it, and then I'm going to add, you know, something in the more local to my area, and make it a little bit more realistic. Now, to do the road markings, I originally started off using the Woodland Scenics pens, but to be quite frank with you, found these absolutely rubbish. So, and I saw on Twitter a guy that recommended these uni paint markers. They're actually really good. This is a PX21. If you guys want to look it up on eBay, they're literally like £3 or £4, but they're actually really good. You know, they're a bit thicker than the Woodland Scenics ones and a lot less temperamental, and they actually cover on paint and various things like that. But what I did as well is I wasn't overly bothered if like here, for example, in this little area here, I wasn't bothered if the road markings didn't cover that well, because obviously, you know, on the older looking roads, the markings have all like faded and stuff. So the fact that it didn't cover very well actually gave it a more realistic effect than what it would having like a bright yellow line or white line or whatever. But I did use the Woodland Scenics line spacer, their road marking ruler thing that they've got. It's a flexible ruler, and it's got all the gauges on there for N gauge and HO of what the road markings should be separated against. So I use that. That's quite a good tool to have. Over in this area, in the middle between the tracks and where the carriages are, I've decided I'm just going to put a pylon in there. I've got one of the old Hornby kits. I'm just going to build that, and then I'm going to have wires running off just into the wall, and then that's going to follow around, and I'm probably going to have another pylon here and then carry them on for the rest of the layout. You know, you often see pylons in the countryside. In fact, you see them everywhere, but you see them mainly in the countryside. And because this is more like of a rural area, I thought I'd, you know, they would look good over there. I've also started scratch building a more modern substation building. I've run the cable trunking all the way down along here across the track from these over there. I've added a path over there as well, running from the Lionside hut. Run it along here through down to the fence, and it's just gonna slot nicely in with the little hut that I've built. It's obviously not finished at the moment. I still need to add a door into it. I might add a telephone mast as well, just, you know, as a little bit of effect. But this scene is pretty much coming to life now. Okay, and now over to the more messy side of the layout that we are gradually starting to crack on with. Now straight away, as you can see, I've changed the baseboard. Not completely ripped it out and changed it, but what I've done is I've cut it back about 3 or 4 inches, and then I've actually I've put some 4x2 timber down, and then put a 3x2 on the side of it. So basically, I wanted to add a bit of character to like the station area. So what by doing this, it's going to allow me to have a bank down off of the side of the station, and then there would be a road here, but I'm not actually going to put it in. And this bank will run all the way along here, and then in this area here is where the station building is going to be. Now, I didn't want to do what everyone else does and build a station building on top of, you know, on top, and then have the town scene on top of the, or, you know, like around the layout, around the track. I wanted it to be below, and I've always liked the idea of it being below. So I'm going to use this area here. We're going to build kind of like a big station building here, maybe similar to Rochester Station. For any of you guys that know that, I'll put a picture on the screen now. So maybe like a modern glass building, and then I'll have, because the platforms, where this track ends is where the platform will end on this side, so it would be good to have, I can have the, you know, the walkways coming up into the station there, and then if needs be I'll put like a modern footbridge over there that links the 2 platforms and stuff like that. But in all fairness, the reason why I chose to do this is purely because it makes it a little bit easier for me. I don't have to then scratch build anything amazing to go on top, and I don't have to worry about fitting the town scene around it. It's there out the way in its own little scene, and then I can just focus on having, you know, like the main town scene over the back there, and like houses and various things like that, which is what I want. There's still the main 2 loops over the back where the Freightliner's sitting in. Obviously there's still 4 platforms, but this one's the nearest one to the camera is the dead end. But what I'm actually going to do, I know you can't really see it very well because there's just tons and crap everywhere, sorry about that. But I'm actually going to run these round across here and follow the line of the track, and I think I'm either going to go for some sort of like car terminal, or I'm going to go for like a sand terminal, or maybe a scrap yard, anything like that. That's just, you know, something to fill this gap with. It'd be quite nice as a little industrial area. And then I'm going to gradually blend in the housing estates and, you know, like hotels and other shops and stuff along that way, and then blend it again into the countryside further down the end of the layout. So that's where we kind of are at the layout at the moment. Progress, surprisingly, it looks like I haven't done a lot, but there's been a lot of detailing been going on in the TMD area, you know, like the roads and stuff. So it has been time consuming, but now we've got the platforms where we want them. We've got all the tracks in position. I do need to change this platform over here, but that's no problem. And then just extend that one further back, but we've got all the MDF for the platforms. So that's all good. Now, I've been getting a few questions in the comment sections of like, how do I do this and how do I do that? So if you guys ever want me to make a video on how I gravel my track, or how I, do my road markings or anything like that, then feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will, do a video on it. There's been a few people asking me about how I do my ballasting and various things like that, and I've never actually thought to make a video about it, but if that's what people want to see, then I'll 100% do it. So yeah, please feel free to let me know. But as always, thank you guys for watching. If you do have any other queries about the video, any comments, questions or anything like that, you're more than welcome to post your thoughts. I'm open to any opinions about what you've got over in this area, with like the scrapyard and various things like that. So any thoughts on that is much appreciated. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.